Hey, guys!
And girls. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, let's hope. Or anybody. Let's hope. We just watched Near Dark.
Yes.
And it was Near Dark. I liked it. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very, very quirky, very kind of off kilter, South Center.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily, I mean, it doesn't really have kind of a narrative per se.
No.
I mean, there's
a story.
but it's not a very typical.
It's not your typical vampire.
It's not even your typical kind of rise and fall with the action. It just kind of like
it kind of goes.
It kind of picks up and then it goes and then it ends. And,
yeah. I think this struck me as a movie that's more about the pieces than the whole.
Okay.
Because there's lots of, especially, this is going to play my favorite scene, I think. There's lots of things in this movie I think work well individually. Maybe not entirely as a film. So he has a love story. Typical, but much more... I could stomach it a lot more than Twilight. Then there's stuff when they're vampires and kind of off on their escapades. Like each escapade's almost like its own thing. We forgot to turn the lights on.
Yeah, that's okay. Probably can't even see it very much since we're going a little brighter for this one.
Yeah, because it's called Near Dark, so we thought we'd make it as bright as possible. This is a Kathryn Bigelow movie, from Hurt Locker, and James Cameron's wife,
ex-wife,
wife for several years until the exness, and it's unique. I would say it's a very unique movie. It definitely has its own fingerprint, has its own stamp. When
it first started, I was expecting like a Lost Boys, but like I know, and like
kind of
the
starts,
West.
Yeah, it sort of starts that way. It has that feel to it. It goes
it was
totally different directions.
Yeah,
which I appreciate.
And it's a very like I can't think of any other vampire movies that it kind of stands on its own.
Yeah, it's its own thing. It's not without faults. Especially the whole kind of contrived blood transfusion can turn you back to
that was a little odd. But again, I mean, it's her take on the vampire thing.
Yeah. It's kind of just like a resolution type thing. I mean, it might have been a little overbearing if they just went totally dark and had its natural conclusion, which was they all die. No happy ending. But they didn't go that way. They went for more of a kind of, I would say, Hollywood ending. Yeah,
I was expecting the ending that I was expecting was him and the girl still getting together, but
as vampires,
and him killing the other vampires.
That's a fair expectation, I think, as you're watching it. But it doesn't go that way. Like it says, it kind of does its own thing. Mm-hmm. Doesn't go the prototypical route. I love Bill Paxton.
He's very Bill Paxton.
He's very Bill Paxton-y, but he can be very overbearing in movies. Yeah. That's kind of a shtick, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a loud mouth. Wisecracker.
Being very Bill Paxton-y is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not necessarily a bad thing. And I think this role suits him pretty well. Yeah. This is one of his better roles, I think. And Lance Henriksen's always awesome, especially in this movie. He's always Lance Henriksen, but he was very creepy in this movie, especially when he laughed. Because it was sounding so uncomfortable, but I think that's just how it sounds anyway when he laughs. He seems like, I don't know the guy, but it seems kind of serious. And that works really well for him. I really don't know the other.
The main guy I've seen in some other stuff before, but I couldn't pinpoint it exactly.
I've seen like that one cop was another. As a long time.
And his dad.
His dad I've seen in other stuff. But to me, it was Lance Henriksen and Bill Paxton kind of stole the show. I mean, any scene that they were in, they chewed the scenery a little bit, but to good effect.
Favorite scene?
Yeah, let's do favorite scenes. Mine's really easy, actually.
Okay, I have mine as well. So.
Yeah, okay. I love the bar scene.
Yeah,
I love
that's probably my second favorite.
Okay, the reason I love the bar scene is because that's the point in the movie where I made that I had the thought where is like some of these bits and pieces of this film could be standalone as their own things and can probably almost like short stories. Mm-hmm. The whole bar scene is like perfect for a short story.
Yeah,
just you kind of change the perspective maybe a little bit. So yeah, this these. Wanderers who just happen upon this bar. It's kind of almost like Dusk Till Dawn, the good parts of Dusk Till Dawn. We're just kind of that scene because that shows all the characters. Yeah. The whole scene was just that's the first time even though they were feasting on people before that. That's the scene where they felt the most dangerous.
Yeah,
because it was pretty badass.
Yeah,
so, they're just like,
and it was 100%. They were provoking. Yeah. They were,
they're just like, I'll break it down.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, I could break it down, but I'm tired and don't feel like the detail. But
yeah, that's a good.
If you see this, that's I'd love to like take that out of the movie and just kind of like. Watch, I'd watch the whole movie again down the road, but I'd like take that segment out specifically and just like burn it so I can watch it sometimes. It's a good movie making that part. Yeah. Yours.
My favorite scene is actually it was something that was very visually striking.
Okay.
And when it happened, I was just like, this is really good filmmaking right here. Mm-hmm. It's I believe the first. No, it'd be the second time that she, I believe, is letting him feed off of her arm.
Oh, with the oil?
With the oil rigs in the background. Yeah. It looked... there was something... I mean, when it first started, you could just see that one pumping, and then it goes a wider shot, and you see it. There was just something very visually stunning about that.
Well, to me, that was it was the subtext.
Well, obviously,
like we're draining the Earth's blood, and he's taking advantage of her in the same way, because he's too... I'd say he's too coward to kill. He's too human still to kill someone. But he's instead deciding to feast on the one he loves. He's kind of consuming the one he loves and needs to survive because no one else in that group
wants him.
So it's kind of like kill him. We need the earth to live, but we don't mind consuming it. We have to. So I thought that was kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe a little on the nose, but very cool.
Yeah, and there's just like, regardless of the subtext, it was a very just visual kind of scene, and just really cool because it was shot low to high with the oil pumps in the back. I don't know,
filled the frame. No, I agree. I'm on board with you there. The whole movie is shot. Even like I said, there's some issues I have with the story as far as leading us from point A to B to C.
I felt like the ending was a little anticlimactic too. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of like,
we have to dead. Wrap this up. That's why I feel the movie is more concerned about the pieces than the whole. Because the resolution is kind of like,
Yeah.
Not hardly any of it made a lick of sense, but it was there. It's the ending of the movie, but it was it was more of a ride, I think, than anything else. I'll add this to my DVD list. I really like this movie.
Cool.
What is next?
Next is Bigfoot.
So I hear. Enjoy.
Yeah.
That is available on Amazon Instant Streaming.
Should we?
No, we shouldn't.
Okay.
People will experience that. We'll have a shared experience.
All right. So we'll see you for that.
If you can find it on DVD, get it on DVD.
Yes.
Don't pay for it if you can. If you can help it. All right, we got it. Okay, we'll be honest with you. We have to be honest with you. We saw that earlier. We were watching this out of sequence.
This guy's going home.
I have to go home for a couple days. Back to New York for a couple days.
Yeah,
the home.
Yeah. So
we had to watch a few ahead of time. And Bigfoot was one of them. And we watched it on Amazon Instant Streaming, which you should be warned, the version that Amazon has is the audio commentary. It's the director's
commentary. There is no...
It's not labeled as such. No. It's just the movie.
And it's the only version of it that we could find.
Yeah, I think the files got mixed up. They sent the wrong file in, or Amazon put the wrong file up.
So...
That's something. Let me tell you, it's something.
We'll leave this one up to you.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. We're not gonna make you watch it.
Maybe watch our video and then decide.
That's exactly it. Watch our video first.
It'll be up on Sunday,
and it'll be Sunday, and discern for yourself whether or not you feel like watching that movie. It's a trauma, but not really. Really a trauma. It's not a Lloyd Kaufman movie. So
it's nowhere in the same league as Trauma.
No, that's saying something.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But I think that's it today. Go see Get Near Dark.
Definitely.
And we will talk to you tomorrow.
Yes.
Bye.